What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NBA show. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We got it all on this show. We got sides, totals, props. We move on to 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Minnesota Timberwolves, 5-15 on the year, 1-8 on the road at the San Antonio Spurs, 11-10, 5-7 at home. And wham, you are the San Antonio Spurs tamer so far this year. And I'm a fan of this basketball team. And they're tricky, very, very tricky. Betting on them is easier than betting against them.
Yeah.
Man, let's break down this spot because I want to bet on them. And I don't trust them. So I ended up, and I wanted to talk it out, but I ended up thinking before the show that I would move on them early. Expect a bounce back spot. And I was thinking of them first quarter. Sorry. That was it. I was taking out first half. I was going to move on them first quarter and full game. First quarter, get them out early. Don't trust them in that second quarter. And then have them to get to that number, which is dropping. This number has been dropping. So San Antonio opened up as 9-point favorites. Then they moved to 8.5. Then they moved to 8. I wouldn't be surprised if I could find you a 7.5 wham if I looked.
Right.
I really dug deep. And it made me think, should I just wait? So that was it. It was Spurs early and late. First quarter, full game was how I planned on doing this. Wolves pace last 5, 7th in the NBA, 101.9. Spurs 11th, 100.1 possessions a game. Minnesota coming off a home and home with the Cavaliers, winning the first one at home, 109-104. On Sunday, before losing 198 in the heartbreaker at Cleveland on Monday, D'Angelo Russell scored 18 points. Number 1 overall draft pick Anthony Edwards, 13 points. Third start for the Wolves. That's their 8th straight loss on the road, which is where they are right now. And they're 2-8 since January 13th. Edwards has looked good starting, 17 points, 4 boards in 30 minutes since being moved into the starting lineup just on January 29th. Naz Reid, right wrist sprain, returned after missing 2 games, 12 points in 13 minutes off the bench. He helps. Cat, inactive for the 9th straight game. Jarrett Culver, left ankle, missed his 3rd in a row. They have both been ruled out. And Juancho Hernan-Gomez, active for the first time but did not play, still getting his win back from COVID. Spurs are coming off 2 straight ugly home losses to Memphis on Saturday and Monday. They lost the 2 games by a combined 48 points. Keldon Johnson, 25 points, 11 boards. The only guy doing anything out there. Memphis held a 62-32 advantage in the paint. And wham, you know where I'm going when I talk about the Spurs in the paint. Memphis did that without Jaren Jackson, Jonas Valanciunas, and Justice Winslow. That's because LaMarcus Aldridge would get pushed around by Brittany Griner. That's what he'd get boxed out by Nancy Pelosi.
For real.
He's a little bitch. Oh, he's a huge bitch, I should say. He's a 6'11", 200. You know what he did in this last game? 1 rebound.
Yeah, man.
I've been calling him out for his rebounds. He had one rebound. Ugh. And we may not see him tonight. He's day-to-day with hurt feelings. Get Jakob Poeltl in there. Yep. I don't know how Pop is handling LaMarcus just skipping around the perimeter. I don't get it. DeRozan is not playing very well. He scored a season-low 5 points, 2 of 6 shooting on Saturday. He was 6 for 12 in the rematch. I expect a bounce-back performance here. But do you trust them as 8-point favorites? Probably not. But I just see them as such a better team. Yeah. I like their bench, and I like DeRozan to step up in this game. I'm thinking of the DeRozan prop. I'll make that decision tomorrow. And I was thinking of a first quarter full game. Wham, take it away. Timberwolves Spurs.
That makes so much sense, man. I mean, Minnesota is terrible. They're terrible, man. They haven't really won any games. This team, the Spurs, when they play Minnesota, they have won 11 of the last 12. So they have been just whooping on this Timberwolves, calling them Timber puppies. And it seems like they got some puppies in this locker room, honestly. I never was a fan of Cat, not a fan of D'Lo. I am a fan of Malik Beasley. He has been proving me, like, he's been doing real. I'm a fan of Ant-Man. He does play really well. Nazir Reed as well. He's a pretty good guy, but he plays on the perimeter, so that gives and takes of what this matchup is going to be entail. I think with the San Antonio team, they did allow down low. Now, you did mention, and I have Aldridge out, so we shouldn't have to deal with him being a little taking up all the minutes from guys that's going to do something.
Do you have
You
that?
know what I'm saying? So I have him out. I have Fantasy Labs, and I trust them.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
I trust them with my wife, bro. So Fantasy Labs, they ruled him out 6 hours ago. So I feel like that's going to be a good decision maker for me to possibly back to San Antonio Spurs. I'm not going to make it official on this show, so I'm not going to give you guys any hope here. I'm going to sleep on this for sure, to be honest with you. But I believe that San Antonio is the spot here. They got the better players, the better young players, the better coach. Everything is in line for them. They've been suck at the house. They got 2 losses to a team that just pretty much got bounced today because they just took them out of their game in Indiana for Memphis. Took Memphis out the game, and Memphis couldn't win this game. That's what the Spurs should have did. And honestly, I think that may be something that be a little. We got to prove ourselves a little bit. And I like Derek White coming back. He did come back already, but getting him of motion, give a little bit more usage to that guy, get him acclimated against this team. I do like that, but it's a tough spread, bro. So it's nothing that I honestly want to pull as of yet. And a lot of that has to do with Minnesota just could come out and have a good game. I mean, it's still an NBA team, and the Spurs have lost their last 2 at the house. And that was against a good team, I believe, in Memphis, though. So I believe that was against a good team in Memphis that still was shorthanded. I'm just going to give the benefit of the doubt that Aldridge out is going to make a big deal because we actually have somebody that's going to do something, man. Like his activity on defense is non-existent. He just doesn't do anything properly. He doesn't even force up on screens or anything. Like it's just annoying as hell to watch him. So him being out, having some of those guys like Kendall Johnson running at the 4, even DeRozan at the 4, which we've seen before when Aldridge is out, which I am anticipating to see. I would think to look at DeRozan props though, honestly, in this
Yeah.
spot. That's what I am thinking about, making more so than taking the Spurs. But I think the Spurs is still a good spot as well, bro.
And when he moves to the 4, he gets the rebounds and assists. He
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna rock the Rosen props. I was thinking of LaMarcus Aldridge. He reminds me of Shock G. He reminds me. Doesn't he look a little bit like Humpty Hump out there? The guy's doing nothing, and I don't put that on Shock G.
That's disrespectful to Shock G. Yeah, I understand.
Shock G worked hard, not like this punk. I like it. I'm going to move on it. I'm going to move on first. You know what? Do you think that I shouldn't move on first quarter because if D-Row moves to the 4 and they got Jakob Portal starting, do you think that helps benefits them early, or do you think it'll take them a while for that to benefit them?
That's interesting to see because I mean, DeJounte Murray as well. I didn't mention him. My apologies. He's been shooting lights out, man. I've been seeing him making threes as well. So I could see them. That first when you said that, I could see him coming out hot, honestly. So I may really endorse that first before I say full game because it does appear that this Minnesota team they could get starstruck real early and like, oh, you know what, we just lost this game. It seems like they're just really maybe in tank mode, bro. And I don't want to say that so early. We're only been a quarter in the season, but
They're in
maybe
tank
right.
mode.
Yeah.
Say it. Say it. I'm going to move on first quarter full game and DeRozan props. I'm going to have to watch this shit basketball game.